that so many people offer their education or services or even products through the platform of TikTok. Why is TikTok such a great platform to market yourself? Well, today in this episode, my expert is going to tell us why TikTok is the best marketing hack out there, and he's going to explain just why. Welcome to Waist Up Wardrobe. I'm Christine Vartanian, an attorney turned personal style expert and image consultant. As the founder of Jade House of Style, I am passionate about unveiling the inner confidence of my clients by developing their personal style and dressing them for success. But is getting dressed up still important in our virtual world? Well, that's where my experience can help with what I call Waist Up Wardrobe. Waist Up Wardrobe is a podcast for all things you need to conduct an outstanding Zoom meeting. It's about how to dress for the camera, but it's not just about the clothes. It's about everything you need to know to show up on brand and professionally for the camera. Join me in the Waist Up Wardrobe studio to discuss how to navigate this virtual world and dominate from behind the desk. Welcome, Waist Up Wardrobe Nation. Thank you for joining us for yet another episode of the show. It is episode 138, and we are one of our missions is to bring you a new, fresh show every single time that helps you develop in your entrepreneurial life, that helps you show up on camera looking professional, but not only in the way you look, but also in the way you show up with your mindset and your attitude and way you present yourself and put your best face and mind forward on camera. So before I get started today, I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to the show, and know that we are on so many platforms where you can actually catch the show, either just audio of it or a visual and audio. We're on iTunes. You can listen to us as you take that stroll down the beach, or you can also find us on YouTube. You can find us live every Thursday here at 11:30 on Facebook. So you can join us and join the dialogue and have sort of that kind of real-time conversation with us to ask all your questions. I want to say thank you to my super awesome producer, Rick Moscoso, who's always in the production room making the show technically possible, because God knows I would not be able to do that myself. And just really grateful for his for what he does to make the show great. And so now allow me to talk a little bit about my guest who is coming up on the show, who has so much genius packed into his resume. And we're going to just be focusing on just a little part of his genius, but there is so much depth to our guest today. And his name is Edward Sturm, and he is an entrepreneur, SEO and digital video and image producer. He was an early viral video creator on YouTube. He has over 30,000 followers on TikTok, and it keeps going up. He's an innovation consultant and an SEO consulting for Microsoft, Procter & Gamble, ADP, and more. He's the co-founder of First Play to Earn Game, also named top blockchain game in 2018 and 2019. He ran the biggest blockchain meetup in the world. So obviously, he is cutting edge on everything new and technological and digital. He has had media appearances on 2020, Good Morning America, The Today Show, and Forbes, The Huffington Post, and more. And oh my goodness, I feel so honored to have Edward Sturm on our show. So thank you for being here, Edward, and welcome.
I made it. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you to your audience. Thank you to the amazing Rick for producing this. Thank you to you, Christine, for bringing me on. I'm here.
Yes. Thank you for honoring us with your guest appearance today. I'm really excited to dig into a lot of the things that you have so much experience doing that I know can help every business owner and entrepreneur out there. And it's just such a great conversation about technology and what's new in the digital world that we're going to really get educated on right now.
Cool. Yeah. I'm pumped.
Yeah. Before we get started, everybody has to know a little bit about who you are as a person, because you're not just your business. You're not just your brain, right? You are so much more than that, I hope, right?
I hope so too.
Yeah. So I have a couple of this or that questions, and just answer how it comes naturally. Okay.
Okay. Are these fast paced, or do I expand on my answers?
So they're fast paced, but you can expand like a tad.
Feel free to interrupt me if I expand too much.
Okay, perfect. Uh, how about digital life or real life?
Yo, that's a hard one. Oh my, okay. Digital life until you get traction, then real life.
Yeah.
So digital life at first, then real life. And I can tell you why, but uh, should I
Oh,
tell you why?
I
You
think
wanna
we
know
will.
why? Okay. New York City is a perfect example. New York City is a crushingly difficult city if you are on the decline with your career. The my advice is, like, in an expensive city, you should leave that expensive city, go somewhere cheap, focus on the digital life, focus on the digital traction, figure out things, and then come back once you have traction. When you're in an expensive city where people can afford that city, having traction makes, if your career trajectory was normally just gonna go, like, up, it'll make it go up dramatically, like, so much faster.
Mm,
So digital life until you get traction, then physical life. You wanna be in a place where the inspired, ambitious people are. And it helps a lot if you are on the up and up when you're there. If you're not, it can be quite costly to be there. So
yeah,
digital life first, then real life. Because you
yeah,
can also do amazing meetings, amazing remote meetings digitally.
yeah. Yeah, no, I really feel like just to kind of supplement your answer that it's sort of you should have both to be balanced to kind of really enjoy every facet of your life, but you have to learn how the world is working now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, uh, balance is important. Learning how the world is working is important, but I really appreciate, like, how we can get inspiration by just taking our laptops somewhere nice and inexpensive. That could be a different country. That could be a cabin in the woods. Um, but I think it's silly to, like, stay in a really expensive city figuring things out. And I think you should figure things out digitally and then return and do real life. And real life is amazing. Like very little beats the in-person meetings, especially if you're on the up and up.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, next question. European living or American living?
European living.
Tell me why.
It's easier, it's more relaxed, it gives you a bit more breathing room. Um, the food is generally better. Uh, it's just you just feel better. You feel it's I mean, look, I'm from New York City. I'm in New York City right now, and New York City is one of the most expensive cities in the world. And I don't think there's any city in Europe that rivals how expensive New York City is. And Miami and Austin are also quite expensive. LA isn't as bad, but if you're in the United States, I mean, if you're in the United States and you've never lived in Europe, try it. If you're in Europe, congratulations. Uh, and my only problem with Europe is the people are not as ambitious in general.
Yeah,
And that's especially the case comparing it to New York, where I am now.
yeah.
And that's what I really appreciate about this city is even though the city is quite can be quite hard for a lot of people, it creates people who are very ambitious. And I had forgotten when I was in Europe, I had forgotten what it's like to encounter extremely ambitious people on a daily basis. You get a lot of inspiration from it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, that kind of makes sense because European in Europe, you're more laid back, you're more relaxed, so it kind of takes off that overachieving edge, right? In which,
What I want to know, what do you prefer?
oh, well,
Yeah.
I have lived overseas, but not in my adult life.
Okay.
Um, I truly feel so. I've lived in Africa, in Egypt specifically. I've also I've been to Europe, but I would say there's no better place to live because in other than America for me, because, you can if you're aware of how much you are trying to overachieve or not, if you're aware, you have everything at your disposal here, so you can actually choose to live a laid back life like a European would. In fact, I live my little European life in California, but, you can actually make the choice to be laid back in a country where you have every opportunity to grow when you want to. You can actually control your growth. You can grow when you want, and then you can lay back when you want. That's the beauty of having being in a country like America where really you have every freedom.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to choose, I would keep it the way that I am, like I'm an American citizen. I would keep it like that for sure. But there's like a lot of virtues that come with being in Europe. I mean, on Monday I went to this crazy event where I literally met 3 billionaires over the course of the day. It was like the CEO of Goldman Sachs was speaking. Ray Dalio spoke after. It was like just the biggest finance people in the world, and this room was only there was like only 200 people in the room, and somehow I was one of those people. And that's a lot harder to get in Europe, maybe in a place like Davos, but it's a lot harder to get. And especially but in New York City, that's like a weekly occurrence.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I mean, in the United States it's a lot easier to get. I agree with everything you said, but I like Europe living is nice. Over the last 4 years, I've only spent 4 months in the United States. For the
Wow.
last 4 years, I only spent 4 months in the United States.
Wow. So you
Yeah,
do really appreciate the European way of life. And the thing is too, like there are times where I dream of just going to Paris and living there one day or to Italy because I think the artist in me, the person who enjoys that sort of old world aesthetic, craves that a little bit. I would love to be this would be my home. That would be where I visit. That's
yeah,
my thing. So anyway,
yeah. I mean,
that was
I,
amazing to get your perspective on that because you do it a lot. You travel a lot.
I travel a lot. It's just, I know a lot of people who set up wild businesses just from their computers. I've done it. I know other people who have done it, and you don't need to be in a top tier city to have like to make it to a good degree. To be one of the most wealthy people, then you got to go to those top tier cities occasionally, but you don't even need to stay there.
Yeah.
And it depends on what people like. Some people like just constantly being surrounded with ambitious people.
Yeah.
For me, I like you said, I think it's a balance.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
want that. I want that half of the time, and then another half of the time, I just want to be like chilling on the beach in Barcelona.
yeah.
That's an exaggeration, but chilling, yeah, in
With
Barcelona.
your computer?
Yeah, with my computer. Thank you.
Well, you're right. You're absolutely right. That goes back to we live in a world that's so digital, that's so flat that we can actually do that. We can start a business anywhere from the world, right? And
Yeah,
that's what most people have done and that's what has happened in the last 3 years and that's why this show was born is that people like in the field that I'm in, people weren't dressing head to toe, they're dressing waist up. So Waist Up Wardrobe was born, but it's not just about showing up looking professional, it's also about mindset and entrepreneurship. So thank you. Thank you for giving me your perspective because I think that was one of the most interesting things I read in your bio. I'm sure there's a lot more, but I just wanted to kind of highlight that for the audience so they understand the diverse background and travels you've done. But I definitely need to delve into this whole idea that you are feel strongly about, and that's a TikTok world and how you believe that TikTok is the biggest marketing hack out there. I want to know why you believe that.
yeah. Okay, so for some background, I had I was living in Rome in October. I was going on a bunch of podcasts. Hosts kept saying you should have your own show. Friends kept saying you should be on TikTok. I was I wanted to promote some of my startups, so I started the podcasts. Then I enjoyed it, so I just kept doing it. And friends were saying be on TikTok to promote your companies, and they were just saying you're missing out if you're not on TikTok. And I didn't really understand, but several people had basically said like you need your face, you need your voice to be out there. And I had done that, I guess, like 10 years ago, and I hadn't really done that since. So, like you said, I was an early viral video producer on YouTube, but it wasn't usually me who was behind the camera. So yeah, so I'm like, okay, well, I've heard this now from so many different people, strangers and friends, so I should probably listen and try it. And I picked TikTok instead of podcasts, though I love podcasts, and podcasts is a great medium. I mean, literally, like your voice is in people's ears.
Yeah.
That is the most intimate. That is such an intimate relationship. People trust you,
Yeah.
And yeah, so I said, okay, I'll try TikTok, and I created a channel. I didn't really know what I was doing. I'd never made a single TikTok before. I was living in Rome, and for the last, like, I think it was like two and a half weeks that I had in Rome, I was just making like random videos about travel.
Mm.
And then I got to Barcelona. I went from living in Rome to living in Barcelona, and I started a new channel on November 1st, the day after I got to Barcelona. And the new channel was just meant to share everything that I was doing with my companies. It's this movement on Twitter called Build in Public, where you build your brand, your company, your knowledge, but you share it all in public. That's what Build in Public means. It's oversaturated on Twitter. I had tried the Build in Public. It originated on Twitter. It's oversaturated on Twitter. It's really difficult to do on Twitter. I had tried it when I was living in Rome, and I'm like, this takes too much time. But I saw that it wasn't yet oversaturated on TikTok. So I said, okay, I like created my channel called Build in Public. I thought it would be cool if I was the first thing that came up when somebody searched Build in Public on TikTok. That wasn't the case for the first like 4 months. Now it's the case. We search Build in Public on TikTok, I come up number one. And I started just making videos about what I was doing with my startups. Um, and I kept doing that for about a month. Then I started making videos about things that I was learning as well, in terms of like technology or business. I was making TikToks about ambitions that I had, and these videos take me like 25 minutes or less to make on average, because I shoot through the TikTok app, I edit through the TikTok app, and then I post. And then on I think it was day 85, and I learned how important hooks are in your videos. I hadn't really been putting hooks into my videos. And so I started focusing on having hooks. And then within like 5 days, I went from like 1,500 followers on TikTok to 9,000 followers. And I've since made the most viewed video in the world on the Silicon Valley bank collapse. I made video. I have millions and millions of views now with TikTok and other social media channels. TikTok is great because it's really easy to put out a quick video about something you learned. And if you have the hook right, it can go viral. And people don't need to see you fail. People don't need to see you fail because the algorithm will push your videos out to other people. You don't need to do promotion for your videos. People think you need to make videos and then share them on Reddit, email them, send them to journalists to get them promoted. You don't need to do any of that. Like, your friends and family don't need to see you failing on TikTok. You can make videos completely anonymously, and then your friends and family will only see them when they go viral. They'll see the wins, not the losses. And yeah, and so I think like a lot of people are too shy to put their face on camera. Hey, listen, if you're bad, no one's going to care. No one will see you. Your friends won't see you. And I think it's an amazing practice ground. And then the reason why look, you can make reels on, people who are listening might be saying, well, you can make reels on Instagram. The reason why it's my favorite is, one, it's an incredible distribution channel. It's really quick, it's really easy and fast to get a video out. But you can use what I do is I use a tool like reuse. I use this tool. It's called reusevideo.com. I literally I bought a domain to redirect it to the real tool because it's just easier for me to share it that way. Reusevideo.com, and it makes it so whenever you put out a video on one place, it comes out everywhere else. And so in my case, and you can do this with IG Reels, Facebook Reels, whatever. In my case, whenever I put out a TikTok, my video comes out without the watermark, no TikTok watermark, on IG Reels, Facebook Reels, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube Shorts, and LinkedIn. It comes out on all those places at once. And so my brands are growing on all of those channels.
Wow.
And all I do is spend 25 minutes making a video on TikTok. And then it comes out everywhere else with no watermark, looks native to the platform.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
that's really it's kind of like a big bang for your buck. You spend your time, your half an hour creating the video on TikTok, and then you can spread it everywhere without even doing any extra work, and that is awesome. So it's it's reusevideo.com is the tool you use,
Yeah,
correct?
reusevideo.com.
Okay, and then you kind of jumped ahead and you talked about the difference between TikTok and Reels and why you like TikTok better. And is one of this reason is that you can distribute it more easily, or is there other are there other benefits as compared?
I actually like Instagram more because I think it's easier to grow community. I think community engagement is a lot higher on Instagram. Not think, I know. Like followers mean a lot more on Instagram than they do on TikTok.
Yeah.
By the way, if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm edward.builds.
Okay.
Give me a look. Edward.builds on IG. But um, I like Instagram a lot more for community, but it's a lot easier to just get views on TikTok. And so one thing that like brands could do is, and I've seen this done many times, is all right, say you don't want to develop a brand around yourself. I do. I think everyone should do it. It's really easy to do it. Like even if you don't know what you're going to talk about, just talk about what you're learning
Yep.
and commit to like doing a 25-minute video every day, just talking about what you're learning because it'll be good for your own synthesis of knowledge
Mhm.
and it might help people and you'll also just get better at making videos and then eventually you'll start getting more views and followers. But like a quick thing that you can do and I see this done all the time is people just create TikTok accounts around one product and then make a lot of like fast videos about that one product. And this could be like an e-commerce, like drop shipping type product. This could be a software product. This could be a service. And you just keep on making videos about that one product. My videos, I have several companies. I like to share things in my life. So my videos are about a lot of different things. But if you just raw want to get visibility on your company, all you do is talk about that company in every video, and eventually you'll get a viral video, and that one viral video will make for all the effort invested. Because when you go like we created here's a quick story. And this is why TikTok is so powerful. This is why I love TikTok so much. We created um like when AI was starting to really blow up with ChatGPT, we put GPT-4, which is what ChatGPT runs on, into our website, into a new website. It was a new project. It was an experiment, an AI experiment. It's called bestreasonswhy.com. It's still up, and it gives you best reasons why you should do anything. You can write in anything, and then the AI will give you reasons to do literally anything. And so we put up this website as an experiment. We just wanted to like try using AI. And in rapid succession, I made 3 videos about bestreasonswhy.com. I think it took me like an hour to 80 minutes to make all 3 videos. The first one didn't go viral. The third one didn't go viral, but the one in the middle got I think 65,000 views. And those 65,000 views got us 3,100 users in a single day to this product. That's a lot. That there are very few launch platforms that you could launch on that will get you that amount of users, that amount of traction that fast. And yeah, so TikTok is very and I said, look, I'm going to keep making videos about it and then one of these will pop off. And it did. And
Yeah.
that's why TikTok is great.
That is such a great story, and this is why everybody should listen to this show because you're giving us some the entry level tools that are easy for anybody to do. But I think people get intimidated by being on so many platforms or even sometimes TikTok. So now I think what you're doing is you're showing how simple it can be and how powerful it can be. So I really appreciate that. When people on TikTok that are promoting, what I've sensed on TikTok is that there's different categories, right? There's the educator, there's the service provider. Is that true? Is there like certain niches within which people then get known as?
Yeah, absolutely. TikTok is very niche heavy. I think you can grow your own niche. You can make your brand a niche. That's harder. That's what I'm doing. Gary Vaynerchuk is a niche. Alex Hormozy is a niche. some of these biggest marketing gurus, like being a guru is a niche. But in between that, you can also be sharing your own products on your personal channel, or you can just create a new channel for that and then just keep on making videos to blow that up.
Yeah.
Um, that's actually more effective if you want to try to make a company go viral. The downside of that is that you don't get followers to your personal brand. But if you don't care about growing a personal brand, then it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, so so I started out, I think right before the pandemic doing the TikTok videos, and I was using it. And then once I really got better at doing reels, now what I do is reels. Do you think that is there a way for me to create my reel and then just put it on TikTok, or does it have to be created in TikTok? I know it's a very basic question, but it's those little things that sometimes hold us back.
You can use reusevideo.com, I believe, and I can check right now. Here, let me check right now. Reusevideo.com, because I think you can do. I think you can do IG Reels to TikTok. I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah.
So here, I'm checking. I'm checking right now. Let's
Wow, we
see.
get you to check in real time here to tell us. Thank you.
Well, I'm curious myself because I think you can. I'm like pretty sure. I'm just looking right now. Here we go. Yes, Instagram to TikTok. Yes, you can.
Do you have to, like, post it right when you post the Instagram reel, or is it something you can download from there and put well, I guess they're competing platforms, so
No,
they
it's a workflow. So you just connect your Instagram and you connect your TikTok, and then it happens automatically.
got it.
I also do it. What I also do is I also have all my videos when they come out. They go to Google Drive, so I have a backup of each video, which
Uh-huh.
I think is important. But no, you literally just connect your accounts, and then it comes out. The video comes out automatically onto TikTok.
Yeah, yeah. So you connect your Google Drive, that way you have it backed up in the Google Drive, the videos themselves?
Yeah, I connect. So I connect my to my TikTok, or actually, it's really to the site. You connect all your accounts, including TikTok, and then it connects them to each other.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, but see here, because I'm somebody who's not very I don't consider myself I use technology, but I'm not technically savvy. I ask all the questions that people wanna ask that don't because they're so
No, it's great. It's
simple,
great.
but they are, they see they're almost too simple to ask because then you get embarrassed to ask them, but, like, I'm not because I wanna learn. So that is a great piece of advice, and I definitely feel like I need to do that. You just don't know what you don't know, you know?
Yeah, you don't know what you don't know. I like this because it's just it's I feel like if you don't have your videos coming out on every platform, you're leaving subscribers and views and followers on the table.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Wow. Well, so this actually is a great foundation for that business owner, which includes me, that maybe is doing a lot of work on one platform and kind of is not paying attention to other platforms. Because once I started using Reels, I really just stepped away from TikTok because I didn't want to reinvent the wheel again in there. And it just felt easier because I'm more active on Instagram. But now I know I can do both with a little bit more ease. And I think that is
You can do
helpful.
both. Yeah, you can do both. I love Reels. I mean, all
Yeah.
my TikToks come out on Reels, and when one of my Reels goes viral, it's amazing. It's such a it's like a way better feeling than having a viral TikTok,
Yeah.
because you get these followers who actually mean something,
Right.
and engagement is so higher. And then stories are also really meaningful on Instagram, whereas on TikTok they really mean very little.
Yeah.
Stories, yeah, stories on IG are so important, and I love posting stories, and
Yeah.
I love my new followers engaging with the stories.
Right. And so is it easier on TikTok because it just has more reach? People they follow that stuff more easily, like they're more likely to follow. It almost feels like Instagram has sort of like the value of a follower is that much more than that of a TikToker. And I hate to make it sound that way, but it seems like you can get more traction on TikTok faster.
Yeah, TikTok is more of a meritocracy in terms of just how good a piece of content is, and that's what it's about. It wants to just show you the best pieces of content. It doesn't matter who it's from. Instagram is more of a balance.
Okay.
Instagram is like it's like we're going to show you content from strangers that's really good, but we're also going to show you a lot of content from the people that you follow. And the people that you follow, they're also going to be listed at the top in with their stories because community is important here at Meta.
Mhm.
And I mean, Meta is oriented around community.
Yeah.
In fact, Mark Zuckerberg just spoke out against Apple's new Vision Pro. And his criticism of Apple's new AR VR headset was that in the trailer for it, people were using it by themselves. And he said, you know, at Meta, we have the Quest, that's our headset. And the Quest is meant to be a community device, as in you put it on and you interact with other people through it in VR or AR.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, Instagram is a lot more about your community, whereas TikTok is not. And that's why TikTok can be really amazing for promoting a startup because you just keep trying. You just basically brute force virality. And
Yeah.
then once you get it, you have it. The downside of that is it's harder to build a brand. However, if you have all of your TikTok videos also going to Instagram and you connect your Instagram to TikTok, then once you go viral, people will follow you on Instagram and then you utilize Instagram to continue building brand awareness and trust.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're both different and very useful.
Very, yes, yeah, especially, yeah, exactly. No, that is, it's just such an amazing, we live in such an amazing era where people can connect from anywhere in the world and they can promote their businesses so easily, right? It's not something,
Yes. So I
it,
made the most viewed video in the world on the Silicon Valley Bank collapse when I was living in Warsaw, Poland. I
uh-huh.
was living in Warsaw in Poland. The Silicon Valley Bank collapse was happening in San Francisco and all over the US. I mean, it was affecting global markets, but it was I mean, it's called Silicon Valley Bank. And and when that video went viral, I had friends mostly from the US, but all over the world, but yeah, mostly from the US. And they would say, they'd be like, "This is crazy, Edward. Like, my girlfriend doesn't know we know each other, and she just put your video in my group with like several of our friends, and like people that I knew were getting sent my video." And it would, and now it happens with a bunch of my videos. I had another friend who stayed at my house, like a very close friend, and and we haven't talked in a while, and or was a close friend, but we haven't talked in a while just because we're busy. And she's like, Edward, like my friend just sent me one of your videos about AI, and she doesn't know that we know each other. This is so weird. And I'm like, yeah, it is
Yeah,
weird. It's
yeah,
weird for me because I started this channel in November, on
yeah,
November 1.
yeah,
Yeah, as just a medium to promote my startups.
yeah.
And now occasion yeah, yeah.
You started talking about the viral video you had that went viral. Was that the YouTube video that you created, or it was, can you explain that? Tell us a little about that a little bit more?
Well, I've had many viral YouTube videos, and I've also had many viral TikToks.
Okay.
So I'm
Well,
not sure which one.
the one that you were referring to earlier, the one on Silicon Valley.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So the Silicon Valley Bank collapsed. It's where many of the biggest startups or new startups, funded startups, were keeping their money. Um, as it was over the weekend when it was collapsing, founders didn't know if they would be able to make payroll, if they would be able to pay their teams. And it was going viral. And I saw this, and my niche is technology and business, and I said, I'm going to go all in on this content. And actually, this was a bit of a growth hack on my part. And so something that I do is I just go on Twitter and I look for trending tweets, and
Yeah,
then I read them on my TikTok. And so I found a tweet that was trending about Silicon Valley Bank as it was going viral. I said this guy just did this on Twitter, and then I read the tweet. I didn't even have to give the guy credit, but I wanted to do it, and I gave the guy credit. And my video got way more views than the guy's tweet did. The guy's tweet got like 600,000 views, My video in total probably got 6 million. And yeah.
So it's interesting because okay, so headlining news is a great way to have a conversation because when you were talking about
But
that.
not just news. It could be people's viral opinions, because sometimes people like I found there was some woman who posted a rant onto Twitter about prices in New York City, about apartment prices in New York City, and I just read that rant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it did really well. The video did really well on both TikTok and Instagram.
I wonder, is it something about the when something's polarizing or something is making somebody angry or somebody you'd have arguments on two strong arguments on both sides. Like, is that what makes it so interesting to people? It's so I mean, it's just trying to figure out like what's the it thing that each of those things had, if it's even possible to figure that out.
Yeah. So I've been making viral content since 2009. Um, like you said, early viral video producer on YouTube. I mean, I was doing it before I realized you could make a career on it. And I've thought a lot about what makes something viral. And yeah, you need to elicit a strong emotion. Some
Mm.
people go viral because people hate them. That's actually a very easy tactic. I wouldn't recommend it. You're really playing with fire. People literally lose, like they go to jail because because of this. And like Andrew Tate is an example. Like they say things in a very polarizing way because gets it gets people to share, gets people to click, it gets people to share, and then it blows up in their face. But it can work for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, eliciting strong emotions now, and just an easy strong emotion, and something that it like makes it very easy to go viral is just humorous. So if you're funny and you're consistently funny, like video is great. The video that on the Silicon Valley Bank that went viral, it was funny. It was a funny video. It was a funny tweet. I read it, and so it was a funny video, and a lot of people shared it because of that.
Wow, that's so see, this is really cool. This is a cool conversation because people always wonder what it is, and we kinda have a sense, like, it's something that touches you viscerally, like, that emotion, right? Eliciting that emotion that makes you want to click on it, comment on it, and, it makes a lot of sense why people will be engaged in that conversation. Either they're offended by it or they totally agree, like, to in their bones that they want to put out what they have to say about it, and, so that's a good thing to keep in mind. Also, when something is headlining and is current news,
Yes.
is big in the news, that by itself is a very emotional thing.
Yeah,
So
but the reason for that is because it's trending news, and that just creates a strong emotion in itself because it's something that you care about, and because it's what everybody else is talking about.
yeah, absolutely. So I think it gets clearer why certain things have more traction than others. And as nebulous as it may feel, I think the trial and error and kind of trying to figure out and get your footing into some of these platforms, TikTok and Instagram Reels and many others, is to kind of just talk about what everybody else is talking about. Talk about what everybody else
It's
wants to
really
know
easy
about.
to get views if you do that. It's
Yeah.
really easy to get views. What you could also do is if you have your own brand and you just create if you just create like a TikTok, and you should then do like I would recommend doing social medias for all your brands. But what you could do is if something is trending, you can relate it to your brand in some way.
Yeah.
And it's just easy views. It really is. It's like it really is easy views. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, I made a video there. I don't know if you remember last week. There was all this haze in New York City.
yeah.
There were the fires in Canada. The smoke was blowing down into New
Yep.
York. I'm here. I made it took me 2 minutes. I made a video about how the sky is orange, and I think it got I don't know, a few tens of thousands of views. But it was 2 minutes, and I made another video. I was in oh man, I was in a cafe again. This was back in Warsaw. I was at a cafe. This is actually a really funny story. Okay, so I told my friend, I have this friend from Israel. His name is Elad, and I told him, Elad, like you got to be on TikTok, and he was just inspired by watching me, and so he was trying it, and he was taking way too long to make his videos, and I said to him, I'm like, you're spending too much to make these videos polished. Like, look at me, man. I make these so fast. And we sat at this cafe, and he made like, I think he made one video at the cafe. And in the time that it took him to make one video at the cafe, I made, I think, seven. And normally I try to post 4 videos a day. I will not post more than 9 videos a day. But yeah, I made seven. And one of those videos I made in 2 minutes about a new patent from Apple. And I literally made it in 2 minutes. I shot my computer. I'm like, film my computer. I'm like, look at this new invention from Apple is so cool. Wow, it's so cool. Here's my thoughts on the invention. And yeah, that got 2.3 million views. And yeah, like I just made them really fast. And
Yeah.
so yeah, it's really easy.
Yeah, that's that I mean, that is really it shows the, people who are trying to do this thing or trying to get their feet wet in it, how
The other thing I want to say is, like, you can go to my TikTok build in public. I mean, a bunch of my videos only get several hundreds of views.
yeah,
And that's okay because I have others that get tens of thousands and then hundreds of thousands and then millions. And every video comes out to Instagram and different Instagram and all the other channels. And the crazy thing is, videos perform different on different channels.
yeah,
I had like, to a great degree. I had a video get 167,000 views on Instagram Reels, and it only got, I think it got 500 views on TikTok.
yeah,
My Silicon Valley Bank collapse video on my own TikTok got 1,500 views. On my own TikTok, it got 4.3 million views, and then on somebody else's Instagram, it got 1 million views.
yeah,
And so, like, yeah, if content goes viral on one platform, people will steal it as well.
yeah,
And yeah, and which is good if it has your face in it or your brand. Yeah.
absolutely, because you get more exposure, more
I'll tell
reach.
you this, reusevideo.com. That's an affiliate link to the real tool. I am their biggest affiliate because I love this tool.
Yeah,
And I made a video, a viral video about this brand, about how I use it, and I shared reusevideo.com. The video went viral on TikTok. It got 1.8 million views on TikTok. Then somebody ripped it and put it on Instagram, and it got 1 million views on Instagram on their own channel, but it had my link in it, my affiliate link in it. And so I made money from that person's video as well, and that person got views, and it was great. So
amazing.
yeah, I mean, like,
That's pretty brilliant without even like it's like almost like the collateral help you got without doing it intentionally. Just you see what happens. It's like you release it and you see what happens. So I wanted to just say, how do we follow you on TikTok and the Instagram platforms? Just can you repeat your how to find you there really
yeah,
quick?
yeah. TikTok, you can just search build in public, and Instagram is Edward Builds. Edward.builds.
Edward dot builds. Okay. Well, I know I'm going to go find you and I'm sure anybody who's listening to this is going to want to learn from your genius. So really appreciate that. Edward, you are there's so much packed into the conversation and there are so many other topics I would love to delve into with you. I hope that one day you could come back on the show to talk to us about AI and about blockchain, all that stuff that I know that you're very well versed in. But we have to wrap up the show and we're just going to
Oh,
specialize this one in TikTok. But at the very end of the show, I love to just kind of wrap up the summary of the show so people kind of get focused on what we really meant to do here. And the main takeaway here today, and focus around TikTok and just how to get more out of it. What would that be for you to the audience? What's the main takeaway here?
start a TikTok, shoot and edit everything through TikTok, commit to putting up one video a day. If you don't know what to talk about, just talk about what you're learning. Um, if you feel like you're not learning anything, make videos anyway. Talk about your life. I think, if especially like, it's so great if you're a student and you're learning something, because then you can, as you're literally studying something, you talk about what you're learning. And after, like, look, you go to university for 4 years. Then you spend like several of those years just making videos every day about what you're learning, and by the time you graduate, you're already an influencer in the niche that you studied. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, amazing. So
fast forwarding that learning bit, right?
yeah, people you're really, I mean, yeah, you learn better when you talk about what you're learning.
Right.
and you build a brand around what you're learning, so that niche.
Yeah.
But yeah, the specific to do is is start start a TikTok. Say I'm going to post every day. Shoot and edit in TikTok. Um, don't freak out if your videos look bad at first. Like, it's really okay. Everyone learns. No one's going to see because it's totally anonymous. And then use reusevideo.com. You can do it like a week later, 2 weeks later, whatever, and then set up social media accounts on all the other platforms so that your videos are coming out everywhere. And then just keep posting a video a day and see what happens. Like, effort compounds. People underestimate the degree to which effort over time compounds.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Sort of those it's sort of that sort of 1% every day, and it
yeah,
accumulates, right?
it
It's sort
really
of
does. It
atomic
really
habits.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the compounding effect, right? Do a little bit every day consistently, and then you get somewhere. So you just gave us a takeaway, the tips, the tools, and the action item all in one nutshell, which is exactly what I was going to ask you. But the tool that you mentioned, I just want to reiterate that one because I want to make sure the audience caught that. It's the reusevideo.com, correct? Is that what you
Correct. Yeah,
said?
reusevideo.com.
Are there any other tools we should be exploring as we're starting up a TikTok account or trying to get better at it?
I can recommend a million tools, but no, just yeah, just start on TikTok. If you need, like, I'll say this, like, if you have a niche,
Yeah,
you can use Twitter trends to try to find like popular content in your niche. Or
yeah,
if you need content to talk about, like, just find like niche blogs like on your niche,
yeah.
and then literally like report or give your opinion on their top articles. I do
Right.
that all the time. I use TechCrunch, I use The Verge, I use Wired. I just made a video about how Paul McCartney is releasing an AI song with using John Lennon's voice with AI.
Crazy.
And yeah, and I learned about that through TechCrunch. And so then I reported on that on TikTok, and then it came out on Instagram, and now people are sharing it.
So
And
I take it that the best way to kind of stay connected with you and to follow the work that you do and learn from you more is through TikTok. Is that correct?
I mean, my videos come out everywhere, but Instagram, I would say connect with me on Instagram for
Okay,
sure. Yeah.
got it. And with the hashtag TikTok and Shine, you were going to offer something to the audience so they can learn more about this. What was that?
Yeah. What's the hashtag? Oh, it's TikTok and Shine.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So I have a newsletter that I share tips exactly like what I described here, and I am rewriting my second newsletter that goes out, because I have, like, for the first two newsletters that go out, it's just an automatic workflow. And so the first one, it just kind of asks about you, and you email back, and I get to learn about you, which is cool. But the second one, I'm going deep into sharing how I did, like, all the cool things that I've done. And I spent a lot of time just sharing everything and trying to give away as much knowledge as I can.
Yeah.
So I think I actually really believe it's very valuable. And the link to that is edwardsturm.com. Oh, actually, no, yeah, just put out TikTok and Shine, and I'll share it with you.
But maybe somebody would want to go directly to the link. So it's edwardsturm.com.
.com/newsletter.
Okay.
edwardsturm.com/newsletter.
Got it. All right. Well, there you have it, Waist Up Wardrobe Nation. Thank you so much, Edward, for being here. I hope that you would agree to come back again because I want to pick your brain about everything else that you do.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah.
I'd love to.
Completely fun. So thank you so much. Thank you, Waist Up Wardrobe Nation, for being at one more episode of Waist Up Wardrobe. This episode is key. If you're an entrepreneur, if you want to get your message out there more and faster and with more effectiveness, I don't know if that's a word, effectiveness, but if you want to get it out there more, you need to watch a show on a replay. And as you know, we're here every Thursday live at 11:30 Pacific time, bringing you a new fresh show so that you can up-level your video presence and your entrepreneurial life.
All right.
Hey. All right, that was great. Thank you so much. That you gave us so much information, but I mean, you've got me all fired up about TikTok now again. I'm gonna go and kind of play around in there a little bit.
Awesome. Yeah, just email me if you need any help. I hope the tips are valuable.
Oh my gosh, so valuable, so amazing. What do you think, Rick?
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
taking feverish notes.
Wow.
But I keep
Cool.
forgetting I can rewatch this.
Yeah.
So
yeah. No, that was awesome. And
yeah.
so Edward, I don't know. I would love to stay connected. I'm thinking I've been meeting so many great business owners, entrepreneurs, experts in their fields on Podmatch, and I want to kind of create kind of a community amongst them. And I don't know how you feel about something like that, but I will maybe send you an email, invite you, and you can decide if you want to be a part of it. But also just stay connected. Maybe in the future we can do another show. I would love to pick your brain on AI and how that has all been like all your tips and hacks on that would be awesome. So just a few things there.
Yeah, that'd be fun. And if you follow me on IG, I'll follow back for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do that. That's the first thing I'm gonna do after. That's my action item. I'm
Awesome.
gonna go do that, and I'm gonna
I
actually look you up on TikTok too, because I actually I had left TikTok because I got too overwhelmed, too many platforms. But if there's an easy way for me to connect them all that way, that is so much better for my work, my business, my brand. So I mean, it's kind of a missed opportunity, just like you said.
Yeah, it's amazing for me. Like I just grow on everything. You know, it's funny because it took me a few months before I started getting views on Instagram and on YouTube as well. But I was just like, whatever, I don't have to do any work. And then eventually I started getting views, and it's just like I did nothing, and I started becoming popular on every platform. And I make one video in 25 minutes on TikTok. It's wild.
Yeah,
I really feel like it's such a great hack, and a lot of people don't know it.
yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, thank you
great.
so much. We'll be in touch, and I really appreciate your time today.
Yeah, thank you too.
Thank you, Edward.
All
Talk
right.
to you.
Good
Bye.
seeing you.
Bye.
All
That
right.
was good.
That was very good. You know you have this tool already.
Which one? The
The link, the reuse video. That's just
really?
his affiliate link. You know where it points to?
Where? This show?
No, the link.
Where?
The link points to repurpose.io, which
Oh,
you already have.
we didn't cancel that, right? Because I know that.
No, you
Okay.
canceled the other one, the transcription one.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you've always had this. We just haven't kind of used it,
I need
right?
to. Yeah,
And now this is a new feature. I don't know how long it's been there, but now that you can do things with TikTok, which will make things a lot easier for you to spread it around your channels,
yeah. No, I
right?
really want to capitalize on what he said. So I wonder if
Yeah.
maybe we can have like a strategy session where we can really talk
Yeah,
about.
let's look at this on Monday when I'm over
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Because this
yeah.
goes to your IG Reels, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels, Snapchat, Spotlight, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google Drive, Dropbox.
Yeah,
Goes to all everything.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But it has to be free.
all originating from TikTok.
But it has to originate from TikTok, then, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So even if I did a reel, I have to yeah. Oh, and he said it doesn't have the watermark, so that's good
That's
because
correct.
yeah,
Yeah.
because then because real Instagram is a competitor, so I don't know how that would like if they wouldn't show it as much if I had that watermark on it, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure how it works, but yeah, it doesn't have the TikTok watermark, so it's not platform specific,
Uh-huh.
where when you create it from TikTok.
Yeah.
So
You know, what would be really great is if we can test it on Monday. So if we're doing the photography thumbs for the show, maybe I can
yeah,
do a video on us doing that behind the
sure.
scenes, and then we could test it by putting it on TikTok and then kind of seeing if it how it
Yeah,
looks.
let's play around with it. That'd be great.
Okay, perfect. Yay. That would be awesome. Okay. So, such a smart guy, huh? Just like
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
such
you could tell. I mean, he was like next level.
totally. I
You
was
know?
like, yeah, this is like this is somebody he is so awesome. I wanted to talk about so much more of his genius, but I also want to keep
Yeah.
the episodes focused, right? Because then it becomes
Yeah.
all over the place. So
Yeah.
next time I'll see if I can get him back on. Remember the time where it was like hard to find guests? Now it's like I feel like I have such a great
I know.
resource and
Well, this is great what that you found Podmatch. I mean,
Yeah. That was something came up at my Pinnacle retreat. Somebody told me about it, and
mhm.
it was like it's amazing. So
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
to start getting myself on people's shows, but I don't think I've been. That's another thing you can do on Podmatch is like you can
Mhm.
become a guest. So anyway,
So right now your subscription is just pulling guests, right? To your
no,
show?
I have both. I
Oh,
have
you
both.
can do it's bidirectional?
Yeah, I do both, but I have both, but I haven't done whatever the actions are to, I guess, promote that I'm willing to be a guest. I guess, well, because I talked to
Mm,
Lillian about that. She's kind of managing it for me right now. So
yeah, yeah.
she said, well, we haven't been promoting you that way. I said, okay, well, I got to do that. So that's something I'm going to be doing. Okay, let's do the speedy recap.
Got it.
I can, oh yeah, I have a 1 o'clock appointment. Okay, great. All right. Let's see. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Are you gonna turn yourself off? Well,
I am as soon as you are ready to go.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, hold on a second. Where's my mute? Okay, here we go.
TikTok is the biggest marketing hack. We all know that so many people offer their services and products or their products through TikTok. I'm gonna start over again. Okay. We all know that people use TikTok to promote their services or their products, and they do it on the TikTok platform. So that we all know that so many people we all know that so many people promote their services and their products through the TikTok platform. So, why is TikTok the biggest marketing hack? My expert on this show will tell us exactly how so that you can leverage TikTok and use it to promote your products, your services, or just become a great educator.
Okay,
Is that
good. Yep.
okay? Okay. 138. TikTok is the biggest marketing hack. In the waist up wardrobe. um, In the Waist Up Wardrobe, episode 138, TikTok is the biggest marketing hack. The Waist Up Wardrobe weekly, not weekly wrap up. Okay, let's start over again. In the Waist Up Wardrobe, episode 138, TikTok is the biggest marketing hack. The Waist Up Wardrobe weekly wrap up, in a nutshell, boiled down to this. The main takeaway that our expert told us was that you got to start a TikTok platform because you can utilize it in so many ways. So, you want to start a TikTok platform and you want to record your video through the TikTok platform itself. Is that okay? I said in the middle. Should I do it over or is it okay?
Yeah, I'd do it over.
Okay. Can I start from the main takeaway is?
Yes.
Okay. The the main takeaway was that you need to go and start a TikTok platform account. The main takeaway was go and start a TikTok account and use the TikTok account to record your video directly into the account. And then you can use it to spread your video to other platforms. The tool you can use is called Reuse. What is it called? Reuse video. Okay.
I think it's a channel, isn't it? Channel? Doesn't he say channel? Is that
It's
the same as account?
reusevid.com.
No. To create a TikTok channel.
No,
Is that what he said?
I
Same thing.
just it's
Same
fine.
thing. Okay.
Yeah. The tool you can use to really help leverage your TikTok account is reusevideo.com. Use that tool to help you spread your video everywhere else on all your other platforms so that you can really maximize the value of your video and try and go viral, which is great because then it gives you more reach. Let's see. Okay. One important tip that our expert emphasized was if you don't know what to talk about what you're learning. Talk about what's headlining. Talk about something that is a little bit polarizing without being kind of negatively polarizing, but you want to talk about things that people have emotion about, that you can elicit an emotion with so that you can get the most traction. And finally, action item, if you don't have a TikTok account, simply go start one and start playing around with it. Is that good?
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll work. Hold on a
Okay.
second. Let me just stop this real quick.
Yeah.
Oh,